Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We're going through the Tadabbur of Surah Al-Ikhlas. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Qul huwallahu ahad. Say He is Allah the One. Qul. Say, Allah's command to the messenger is also a command to us. The context of this ayah was a reply to the people who asked Allah's messenger who his God was. Who is he? What is he? Is he made of gold? What is his lineage? These were questions the polytheists mushrikun asked about God. So Allah answered that He is Allah, the uniquely one. The message of Tawheed, the uniquely oneness of your master, is in this surah, is directly relevant to da'wah, introducing people to Islam. Huwa, He. Huwa, He was not required in the ayah because Allah could say, Qul Allahu Ahad, but instead He say, Qul Huwallahu Ahad. A pronoun is used when you know who is being spoken about. He is an implication that you know this God already. The mushrikun already know the name Allah as God the Creator, but they do not know that Allah is uniquely one. What do you understand by uniquely one? Ahad, the uniquely only one to be worshipped. What is the difference between Wahid and Ahad? If Bilal, the companion of the Prophet, who was a slave to a mushrik called Umayyah, said, Wahid, Wahid, Umayyah will not punish him, but because he said Ahad, Ahad, he got punished. Wahid is the number one. You can say Wahid, Isnin, Salasa, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. If Bilal said Wahid, which is one, the mushrikun agreed with him that Allah is indeed one and there are also other gods, 2, 3, 4, etc., as idols for worshipping. When Bilal said Ahad, there is no way to have 2, 3, 4, and so on, gods to be worshipped. Ahad, uniquely one, no other pairing or plurality involved. What will happen to the numerous idols worshipped as gods? That was why Bilal got punished. The word mushrikun, people who believe that Allah, the mighty God, exists, but they do shirk of associating partners as gods beside Allah. Ahad is a separate word from numbers, which implies of a thing that cannot have any comparison, a sole unique entity who does not have any equal or competitor in any way. Ahad does not have a second or affiliate, so Ahad is different from Wahid. People of other religions believe in God as Wahid and not Ahad. As long as you associate God having the same attributes as the creation of God, then you are not believing that God is Ahad. Example, there are multiples of creations, but there is only one true God. The population of men and other creatures increases by reproduction, that is, having children, but God remains as one. By Allah using Ahad, He is implying affirmation to His oneness, and there being none similar to Him in that oneness. Hopefully by now you can understand the concept of Tawheed, which is really awesome. Why is this surah similar to a third of the Quran? It is because a third of the Quran is talking about Aqidah, the correct understanding and definition of God, the Aqidah of Allah being the only one to be worshipped. The surah's name Al-Ikhlas is not mentioned in the surah. It is embedded in the kalima Ahad. What is Ikhlas? Sincerity. Ikhlas in the day-to-day worldly sense is to do some good for other people sincerely without asking for favors in return. What is Ikhlas in the divine sense? You sincerely declare your monotheism to Allah in all of your worldly and religious activities. Many people acted upon monotheism only in Salah, daily prayers, praying only to Allah. However, in other activities, he is not acting on this monotheism towards Allah, not doing things because of Allah. What will happen to those actions that are done not for the sake of Allah? Wasted of your precious living time. Your living time is diminishing by the second. Look at this parable. Our stomach is programmed by the Creator to receive food, etc. If the stomach is empty, we will naturally fill it up with food. It cannot remain empty or we will die. If we are lost in the desert where there is no good food, we will fill our stomach with whatever we can get, example, insects, rats, cockroaches, etc., to fill the empty stomach. The same thing goes with our heart. Our heart was pre-programmed with God, the uniquely one, as our master. Our goal and actions are all for the master. Good deeds and staying away or forbidding bad deeds are sincerely done for the master, not for the glory of being praised by the people around you. Even if people don't praise you, your focus is the praise from your master. Any routine or mundane activities like washing dishes or clothes or even bathing and cleaning yourself are done because of Allah, because He wants us to be clean, etc. If the master is not in your heart, the heart will not remain empty, as it will automatically be filled by any other masters that you can get hold of. Example, a person who is obsessed in getting muscles all over his body has become his master, as he is doing whatever he can for the master, that is his body. But if Allah is in his heart, keeping physically fit and healthy is what the master wants. A strong Muslim is much liked by the master than a weak one. A healthy Muslim maintaining the organs of his God-given body will please Allah, being healthy because of Allah. A person who is obsessed with money and is already rich, but day and night he is thinking of how to get richer and richer. Money has become his master, filling the heart, as he is putting lots of effort to serve his master, which is money. However, if Allah is in the heart, the money that he raised will be intended to be used on things that will please his master, Allah. Look up Surah Al-Insan ayah 8 to 9. And they give food in spite of their love for it, to the miskin, poor, the orphan, and the captive, saying, we feed you, seeking Allah's countenance only. We wish no reward nor thanks from you. Look at this ayat carefully. Allah giving us a reminder. Allah describing people that deserve to enter Jannah. The signs of a believer are when his actions are fully sincere, that will bring him divine reward. What are the actions of these people mentioned in this ayah? Number one, they give out food. What type of food? The one that they themselves love. To make an action that will be pleased by Allah is to give something that you love to people. Don't give things that you yourself despise. Give to who? To the poor. If you have family members who are poor, that is even better. Next, to the orphans. Next, to the prisoners of war. When this ayah was revealed, were the prisoners of war Muslims or disbelievers? They were disbelievers. When the Muslims gave food to the captured disbelievers in war, the Muslims will receive divine reward from Allah. What if they give food to among believers? It is a better deed. We gave food to you solely because we long for the face approval of Allah. This is the part that explains the essence of Ahad in this Surah Al-Ikhlas. What is the meaning that I do anything only because of Allah, only for His pleasure? We don't expect any reward from you. That is the people. Jaza'an in ayah 9, whatever types of rewards from people. Also, we don't expect whatever expressions of gratitude from the people. Ikhlas is anything that we do not expect any kind of reward or gratitude from people. If we give food that we love to the poor and we don't expect anything back, but we ask the poor to do dua for us, that is considered as not fully ikhlas. What does we want in return? Dua. Allah already said, whatever return from the people that you help, you ask nothing of it. The actions of asking for dua in return will get you only dua, but got nothing from Allah. Hoping to get something out of people other than Allah, the Ahad, if we slip just a little bit, our actions becomes dust, wasted. The thing that is so difficult to achieve is ikhlas. If you expect any kind of praise, that's worse. Thus, expressions of gratitude from the poor is a part of getting a return from them. It is already part of getting a return. Then why Allah mentioned jaza'an and syukuran separately? By right, jaza'an is enough in the ayah because syukuran is already part of jaza'an. Allah can just only mention jaza'an from the people, since that is enough for us to understand this ayah. But why He mentioned gratitude, syukuran, outside of return jaza'an? Because the habit of man is that the least that he expects from his good deeds to other people is expecting a thank you. What is the proof that man expects a thank you from the people he helped? Because when the person didn't say anything, his heart will get annoyed. Are you okay that the person didn't say thank you to you? I'm okay, but next time I will not help him again. That's it. His good deeds are wasted. That is expecting a return from the person. This is a fine line between sincere and insincere. Why Allah will not give him divine reward when he expects gratitude from the people? Why Allah did not even consider his sincerity? Why we cannot expect anything from people? If we do good to people and the person say thank you, is that wrong? It is not wrong to say thank you, but the issue is expecting a thank you. The Prophet ﷺ said a person does not have gratitude to Allah if he does not have gratitude towards other people. If we do good to people, we don't expect a thank you, but if people do good to us, we are to say thank you. Example of a scholar in the past, while he was teaching the deen, he asked for water to drink. A student walked away to fetch water. He immediately stopped the student. He was worried that the student fetching of water will be a repayment of what his action of giving knowledge. If I receive the water from you, I will not get the divine reward from Allah. What a high level of ikhlas. In ayah 12, and their recompense shall be paradise and silken garments because they were patient. After they have done all the good deeds without anything in return, Allah said, He will give the reward because of their patience. What is the reward? Paradise. Which part of their action that deserves paradise? When they do it solely for Allah. These pious people said that we are stupid to accept the gifts from people but miss out on the gifts of Allah. That's why Allah did not give anyone who expects returns or payment from people. Why? Because this person wants a thank you, whereby Allah wants to give paradise. Getting returns from people is not wrong. He is not stealing or anything like that, but he is worried it will affect the divine reward from Allah. His piety is up to this high level. He will not take any from people. There is one scholar, he did good to a person and the person said Jazakallahu khairan to him. He immediately say Wa anta fa jazakallahu khairan. Example, if I gave money to one of my students, he said Jazakallahu khairan. May Allah repay you with goodness. And I didn't reply back. It seems that Allah has repaid the good deed that I did with a thank you spoken by the student. In order not to receive just a thank you for my deeds, I will give him back the thank you with Wa anta fa jazakallahu khairan. And to you then may Allah repay you with goodness, so that the student received in return my thank you dua to him, and I got to keep the reward from Allah. This way of reply is taught in the hadith. Sometimes we sincerely gave food during an event. Did we expect anything in return? Yes, we expect their dua. We got only that. We spend $500 to $1,000 in providing food to people, but the value of our deeds is only getting dua and not the reward of paradise. The value of our deed became low. What do you get? You get duas, but the duas of people are not guaranteed to be fulfilled by Allah. The worrying part is we feel that we are doing good deed, but when akhirah comes, all deeds becomes dust. Just a slip in our heart, deeds got wasted by only expecting a thank you. We have put in lots of effort to help, but we receive no thank you and we are offended. What is this? You can't even say thank you to me? Wasted. Our value is very low. Giving people meals to get a thank you. That's why Allah don't give you anything from Him if that's all in your mind. I want to give you paradise, but you only want a thank you. We do not want when akhirah comes we found nothing but dust because of expecting minor returns from people. Sometimes we help but nobody mention our names. The organizer mentioned the names of everyone except you. You stand up and remind the MC of the event. Your deeds are wasted. We have to be careful. Sincerity not only in our religious rituals, but all other actions done just because of Allah. When we volunteer in charity event, we don't expect people to praise or mention us. If nobody mention you, don't get offended. We don't want this, but what we want is divine reward. Allah say, whatever with you, all will be gone. People gave you recognition, medals, all gone after you die. But what Allah gave you will be with you eternally. If you are smart, expect those that are eternal. Let's take a look at Surah Maryam, ayah 95. And all of them are coming to Him on the day of resurrection alone. What Allah wants to tell us, don't depend on people, organization, etc. Don't depend on your wealth. Why? Because you will be alone. Each one coming alone to Him. The people that you depend or expecting minor returns from will be alone to themselves. Allah is saying don't depend on others but to Him alone. Lastly, it is sincerity in finding the truth and sincerity in rejecting falsehood. The next ayah 2 will be in another video.